finally managed to get round to recording episode 78, the throat chakra. Oh my goodness, if you saw my any of my social media posts yesterday, you'll know that I was having one of those days, those days where something shit happens, something bad happens that just doesn't start your day off well, and you think, here we go then, what else is to come? Well, obviously, by thinking that, all I was doing was inviting more in, and I had one of those days yesterday where I just couldn't snap out of that, and it doesn't happen very often. Yesterday was one of them. Kids, dogs, you name it, things were getting in my way. But here we are. I have finally managed to record. And I know I've talked about it before, but if you want any suggestions on what I should have done yesterday, instead of thinking, here we go, what's coming next, head over to my socials and see a few suggestions that I'm going to listen to myself next time. Anyway, enjoy this week's episode. Welcome to Love in Life, a guide to a positive mindset. My aim is to show you that the key to a happier and more positive mind is to love the life you have. We'll look at tips and tools you can use to improve your mindset, and the best thing is, we'll all be on this journey together. Welcome back to Love in Life, a guide to a positive mindset. I just want to start off this week by saying thank you so much to all of those who have taken the time to leave me a review. I think people have struggled with leaving Apple reviews. So just remember that when you're leaving an Apple review, if you search up my podcast and go, just click on the name, not on an episode, scroll down to the bottom and click on ratings and reviews, and it will give you the option there to leave a review. Don't click into an episode because it won't let you leave a review. But don't forget, whilst I'm still doing my Chakra mini series, then I've got my giveaway for a session. Everybody who leaves a review at the end of the mini series, all the names are going to go into a pot, and I will draw one, and that person will have a free session with me, and we can work on anything you want. So if something has come up for you that we've discussed whilst doing this mini series, or if you find that you've got constant headaches that you want to focus on, or just something that is a reoccurring discomfort in your life that you would like to change. So this week we are on week 5 of the Chakra mini series, and is that week 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 5. Throat chakra this week. So as always, we're going to look at what it is, why it becomes blocked, what are the signs that it's been blocked, so physical and emotional signs, what an open throat chakra looks like, and then some of the things, I should say, that we can do to unblock it. So first of all, what is it? As I said, it's the 5th energy center in our body. It's located in the throat, and it represents communication, anything to do with communicating, using your voice, self-expression, speaking your truth. Okay. And so just to break it down, the Sanskrit for the throat chakra is Vishudda, and this literally translates to pure or purification, which really means authenticity. So if you would like to feel that you can be your true self around everybody when you're on your own, I mean, I'd like to think you're your true self when you're on your own, but it's generally when we're around other people, groups of people, when, self-doubt starts kicking in or people pleasing starts kicking in. And for some reason, we don't feel like we can be ourselves. We don't want to upset people. So Yeah, this is a good one to focus on. It basically gives a voice to all the lower chakras. So obviously we've talked about the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, and these are all about us. These are all about our emotions and what is within us. And the throat chakra gives us a voice to express these. The color that represents the throat chakra is blue. It's like a light blue. And the element that represents it is the ether. And this basically means space. So as you can imagine, we're sort of working our way up. The root represents the ground, the earth. We've got the water element. We've had air element. We've got space element now. So we're basically working our way up. Okay. And this means that the throat chakra is becoming the bridge between earthing ourselves and becoming more spiritual. So if we're able to voice ourselves, then this leads us to being, or it builds the bridge between us being more spiritual. Okay, so why does it become blocked? So it can become blocked for so many different reasons, as with all the other chakras. But basically, anything that passes through your throat, physically passes through your throat. So the words that you speak, obviously, if you are not being your true self, if you're lying, if you're gossiping, the more negative words you speak, the more negative the energy is going to be in that area. Smoking, food. You have to be really mindful about the food that is passing through. If we eat excessive amounts of junk food, if we eat excessive amounts of anything, then this can create a blockage in the energy. Alcohol and drugs. So just be really mindful. Obviously, that's not to say that none of those things have a place, because we can all enjoy a healthy amount of any of those things. Maybe not gossiping or lying, but there we go. I don't want to pretend I'm high and mighty because I'm not. But also, if you are scared about holding a meeting at work, or if you're scared about an interview, anything that involves using your voice, then this can become negative energy in this area. Putting people's needs above your own. This often means that you are not using your voice. You are making yourself small. You're making yourself insignificant if you're putting other people's needs above your own. This has an impact in the throat chakra. If you have a fear of other people's reactions about things, about who you are, about what you say, about changing your thoughts or your requests, and contain their reaction because you're not going to like how they react, or they're not going to like what you say. If you can imagine, if you've got thoughts, things that you want to say, by not speaking them out, you're literally swallowing them down and then getting stored, getting trapped, and it's got to go somewhere. If you're feeling like your voice doesn't count, or your thoughts, your opinions don't count. So if you have had a particularly strict upbringing, where your parents haven't allowed you to be your true self or speak your voice, or say you don't want to do something, if you have found yourself in an abusive relationship where obviously your voice might not count, if you have experienced bullying at any time in your life, or belittling, if you've had maybe an overpowering boss, or somebody who belittles you, whether that's a boss, a friend, a partner, parents, all these things can cause it to become blocked. Okay, so how do we know it's blocked? So the physical signs could be that maybe you've got a sore throat, that you've lost your voice, or you have a strained voice. Maybe you have problems with your teeth, with your gums. Maybe you can hear Hugo shaking. Maybe you grind your teeth. Some of us grind our teeth in the night. I've done that in the past. If you experience jaw pain, anything to do with this area. So that includes stiff neck and shoulders. If you are particularly indecisive, if you have sinus problems, so all the areas around our ears as well, our nose, ears, throat, and shoulders and neck, any stiffness, any pain, any discomfort in that area. Now, obviously, as with any of the chakras, it can be underactive, it can be overactive. So if you find that you suppress your emotions and find it hard to get your words out, then this can be a sign that you have an underactive throat chakra, which means that it's blocked. Because if you imagine, obviously, the chakras are all like wheels and the energy spins around. If for any reason it's not free to spin, the energy isn't free to spin, then this is a sign of a blockage. However, it can be overactive. So if you imagine, the energy is moving so fast. Okay. So, and this can result in gossiping. It can result in talking too much. Like, I can think of so many people that I've come across in my life that just don't know when to stop talking. If you come across somebody who's got a loud, dominating voice, again, I can think of a number of people who have a loud voice. This is a sign that their throat chakra is overactive. Okay. And if somebody is particularly opinionated, again, this goes back to talking too much, maybe oversharing, but has to voice every opinion and usually thinks that their opinions are the most important ones. So, those are some of the emotional signs, but, lying and gossiping, as I mentioned earlier. So what does an open throat chakra look like? What does it look like if you have a healthy flow of energy in this area? You would be a good listener. You would be a good communicator in general. So if you are able to genuinely listen to people and take in what they're saying and not feel that you have to give your opinion all the time. But in a healthy manner, it's good to give your opinion in a healthy manner. Good at offering advice and also accepting advice. And also if you had an open throat chakra, then you would be able to express yourself freely. You'd be able to be yourself without worrying about what others think about you, without having a fear of judgment. So how can we unblock the throat chakra? So as with all of the other chakras that we've discussed so far, a great way is to bring the color into your life in some way. Obviously, I've decided to wear blue today because we're doing the throat chakra. Like, why would I not wear blue? So yeah, as always, have that color around you in whatever way you can. Obviously, as we always say, in some kind of decoration in your bedroom or little bits that you've got around the house. But outside of the house, there are things we can do. If you have a particularly nice day, which they're hit and miss here in the UK at the moment, but look up at the blue sky, like bring that energy to you. Feel the connection with the blue sky. Breathe into it as you look up, but feel it in your throat, like connect with it. Breathe in and feel the energy passing through your throat. Sorry if you can hear Hugo snoring. Okay, so food that we can eat that enhances the energy in this area. Obviously, anything blue, so blueberries, grapes. I mean, are they really blue? I'm not sure, but you know what I mean, like the sort of black grapes I think we have over here, but they're not black, they're blue. Figs, any blue edible flowers. So cornflower, blue cornflower, we've actually got some of that in our garden. Blue pansies and starflower are all blue edible flowers. Okay, anything soothing on your throat is good as well. So any lemon or honey, herbal teas such as chamomile and peppermint. Ooh. Anything that soothes the feeling in your throat. So even just pure hot water, or stick a bit of lemon, ginger in the water. Essential oils that can help. Eucalyptus. I'm going to try and include things that I didn't add in the last throat chakra episode. So I do apologize if this has crossed over. I can't find my notes that I took. So hopefully these are new. I don't think eucalyptus is new, actually. I think I talked about that before. But in my opinion, it's the best one for the throat chakra because it's great for your sinuses. That's the first thing I do if I have a cold or I can feel a blockage in my sinuses. I will burn eucalyptus. The particles in the air help clear your airways, and it's just great for your immune system. Myrrh is another good one for vaporizing. So if you can burn this one, or you can obviously get those vaporizing machines that steam on is better. That genuinely puts vapor in the air. Myrrh provides relief for colds and sore throats, and it's good for linking us to the spiritual world. It's a good link between us and spirit, helping us to be more accepting of ourselves. Myrrh has been used for this for years. So going back to the ancient Egyptians, they believed it to have protective powers against evil spirits. So it's been used for years for that link between us and the spirit world. And sage. Sage is known as the master healer. It's known for its abilities to heal gum disease. It also helps ease depression, and it's said to open up channels in the body, allowing our energy to flow more freely. So again, it goes back to that link between the spirit world and us within. It allows our energy to flow. And obviously clove is another one. I think I might have mentioned that last time, but clove is like the best one if you've got a sore gum, toothache. Clove is amazing. So that's another good one for the throat chakra. So yoga poses that are good for the throat chakra are cat cow. And if all the ones I'm going to list, they are good for stretching out the muscles in our neck and shoulders. So cat cow, obviously that involves curling down, curling forward, and then stretching your neck. It opens up that energy. It allows it to flow better. Shoulder stand. So I don't know why I was going to try and do it then, but I'm not going to do that. But your weight is on your shoulder. Obviously, you use your arms to support yourselves, but all the weight is going down to your shoulders. So this allows the energy to flow down to the throat. Wow, Hugo's loud today. And then finally, fish pose. Not finally, there's many, many more, but this is the final one I'm going to talk about. Fish pose. So again, lying down on your back, your elbows are under your shoulders. So again, the weight is on in your elbows, and you arch your chest up. This stretches out the neck and the chest muscles, and your head is bent back. Again, obviously this stretches out the throat. Affirmations that we can use to help us increase the flow of energy in our throat chakra. And these are obviously, they're all going to be linked to speaking your truth, to self-expression, to effective communication, speaking truthfully, having clarity, knowing what you want. These are things that we want to believe. These affirmations are things that we want to tell ourselves over and over again, so as we believe them or have more chance of believing them. So I express myself clearly and truthfully. I let go of judgments. I show the world who I truly am, or I am proud of who I am. I am a natural communicator. It's safe for me to be my true, authentic self. I am allowed to speak up. I respect myself and welcome those who respect me into my life. And the important thing to remember with affirmations is saying it once isn't going to change anything. Saying it over and over again, multiple times a day, is more likely to change your beliefs on these things. The more we tell ourselves this, the more we will believe it. So if you can write it on a mirror, write it on your hand, have it as your screensaver, whichever one of those, or, similar of those that speak to you, have them, or with any of the other chakras, obviously, have them as your screensaver. Just have the affirmations everywhere. So as you are constantly reminding yourself, that's what you believe, even if you don't believe it yet. So music, frequency healing for the throat chakra. The solfeggio frequency of 741 hertz is the frequency that stimulates the throat chakra. And just going back to explain the solfeggio frequencies, these are a range of, I think there's 9 frequencies that are said to have a healing effect on the body and the spirit. And these have been used for hundreds and hundreds of years. But 741 is said to dispel negative energy and is said to open yourself up to pure expression of your higher self. Again, it's the gap, bridging the gap between the us and the spirit, the higher self. It reportedly can detox the body from pollutants and toxins. So as always, search up on YouTube. There are some amazing, beautiful, relaxing tracks on YouTube that just playing them in the background, playing them when you go to sleep. That just know that frequency can have a healing effect on your body and your energy. Another way to unblock the throat chakra is actually using your voice. So actually flexing the muscles in your throat, in your voice. So singing can help stimulate the thyroid gland. And it also helps it helps the energy flow better, but it also gives you more confidence. Singing, it helps exercise the muscles. And we all love a good sing. I sing in the shower. I'm singing all the time. Talk to myself, sing to myself, Humming is also using the muscles in the area, like anything that's going to use the muscles, anything that's going to use the area and get the energy flowing. Talking to people, laughing obviously physically raises your vibration as well. So if you're feeling down, put on something that you find funny to make you laugh. Be with somebody who you just know is going to make you laugh, but not just if you're feeling low. If you're feeling that you need to improve the energy in your throat chakra. Another way to use your voice is finding ways to communicate your ideas. So those that I mentioned before, the singing, the laughing, the talking, those are all physical ways of using your voice. But also, there are ways that you can use your voice, communicate your ideas without using your voice as well. Getting your ideas out on paper, on a mood board, through journaling. And obviously, as always, therapy. What a great way to use your voice to get those suppressed emotions, to get them out. Crystals. The crystals that are good for the throat chakra. Again, I'm going to try and change these up a bit from last time. I don't think I mentioned these last time. I apologize if I did. But aquamarine. So aquamarine is great for effective and clear communication and inner strength. Do you find it difficult to be your true self? I think if we're honest, most of us can do around certain people. I totally admire people who can 100% be themselves all of the time, whoever they're around. As you can tell, my throat chakra is probably the most blocked. Sodalite. Sodalite helps you find the words. So remember earlier we said about being able to find the right words. It connects to both the throat chakra and the third eye. Again, bridging that gap between the body and the mind, and just having more connection with spirituality. Blue apatite. Blue apatite allows you to pay attention to your own truth. It allows you to become aware of the stories and the experiences that have led you to having negative thought patterns, to those negative or limiting beliefs that you have. It allows you to become aware of them. The last crystal is angelite. And this connects you with pure truth and higher thinking. So again, this is a great one for connecting yourself with your higher self. Again, bridging the gap between the self and the spiritual world. So as we come to the end of this episode, if you're feeling like your throat chakra could be blocked, even if you're not feeling like your throat chakra is blocked, just question, what are you not saying? What are you hiding away? What are you holding back from telling somebody because it might upset them? What are you holding back from saying to somebody because they might not agree with you? They might judge you. What are you holding back from because you're scared of the outcome? Where in your life can you not be your true self? So remember when I said earlier about certain people that you find yourself around, and you find yourself being somebody that you're not, to try and please them, trying to be funnier, trying to calm yourself down because they like you to be a certain way. Who can you be around that you can be your true self with? Who do you feel totally relaxed and calm and at ease and comfortable around? And when I say comfortable, because I've been comfortable around people in the past, but I've found myself being like them. So whilst I've been comfortable with that, it wasn't necessarily a good thing. I've been friends with people in the past where I found myself gossiping and being far too interested in what is going on in other people's lives around me. That is obviously not a great thing. So yeah, even if you feel like you can be your true self, is your true self what you really want to be? Is that your true self? Anyway, I want to thank you for tuning in today. Tuning in. We're not listening to a radio station, are we? I want to thank you for listening to this episode today. I want to thank you for all your support, for all your feedback, for all your reviews that you've sent so far. And if you haven't, so last week I reached out to those in America. I would love to reach out to those in Canada this week. I've got a number of listeners in Canada, and I had no reviews. So if you regularly listen, please, 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 could I ask you very kindly to reach out to me? If you don't listen on Apple, that's okay. You can send me an email. As always, the link to my email or to reach me is in the show notes. So please reach out and send me a review. Let me know what you think. Let me know why you listen to this podcast every week. And I am so, so grateful, but I'd love to know why. And I'd love to know what you enjoy about it. Or if there's anything else that you would like me to talk about. Thanks to everyone who has done that so far. So obviously the next episode will be the third eye chakra. And I'm so excited about this because this is something that I have been really trying to tap into over the last few months, if I'm honest, is my third eye, using my intuition. I'm not going to give away too much, but I feel like I have always known lots about the lower chakras and felt more connected to my lower chakras. So I'm really excited to go into depth on the next two episodes, the last two chakras, the third eye and the crown. And I believe that this is what is going to truly take us to the next level. Before I go, if you follow me on social media, then you will have seen that I have now been attuned in Reiki energy. I'm level 2 attuned. I want to practice some distance Reiki. So for those of you who don't live near me, for those of you who listen in America, in Canada, in Australia, anywhere in the UK that isn't close to Bristol, if you would like to experience some distance Reiki, and obviously to help me along the way gain some experience, then I have some discounted sessions for a limited time whilst I'm building my experience. So please head over to my socials and let me know, or send me a message. Let me know. Right. Thanks as always for listening. And I will speak to you in the next episode when we're talking about the third eye. Have a great week, everybody, and speak soon. Send in lots of love. Bye.